What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video today, and I'm going to be talking about getting my computer science degree. I attended San Francisco State University, and it took me 6 years to get this thing, man. Like, it was really rough for me, especially computer science. Like, computer science majors, it's not easy, and shout out to the people that's taking that major. It's a rough major. Um, but I grown as a person like throughout the experience. I have my ups and downs through it all, and I thought it was like worth the experience of learning, and learning what you do like, what you don't like, and be sure that if that's the path you want to take. I can say like the time I struggled the most was during my sophomore year, my junior year, and my senior year. Those 3 years were like the most brutalest. I think freshman year, I think I was a little bit naive. I wasn't really committed to my work or schoolwork or anything. I just wanted to go off and do something with my friends, and I wasn't really committed. But that came back and bit me really hard because I learned that you can't just go to lectures. If you're a computer science major, you can't just go to lectures and expect to know everything once you walk out of that classroom. But no, you gotta learn the material. You gotta sit down and actually practice. And that was my mistake. And I had to catch myself up during that time. And I can say the most hardest course for me was data structures. Data structures, it knocked me down, man. It was a different type of different way of thinking. About my major courses, I already brought up one of them, which was data structures. But the first course I had to take was the introduction class. We had to work with Java. I can say it was alright. I only failed it one time because I was a lazy person back in the day. I still consider myself still a lazy person in a way. I still procrastinate, but um, yeah, it wasn't so bad. I got through it the second time. And then this data structures was already brought up. I struggled the most in that until COVID hit, and that kind of saved my life because I was failing the class. And when COVID hit, that's when everything was canceled in person, and the tests we were supposed to take at the end got canceled as well. And so all our homework assignments were accumulated into our final grade. And luckily, I was doing average on the homework assignments, so that kind of saved my life. So thank God for COVID, man. It's a bad thing that it happened, but actually a good thing that happened as well. I could say two other classes that I really struggled in that I can remember was machine learning and a file system class. So machine learning, we had to work with a language called assembly, which is a very old school language. I really didn't get it at all, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, I cheated most of my way through. But who doesn't? But props to the people that actually knows it, understands it. All power to them. I'm pretty sure I got a D in that class. Um, but I think my professor gave me a C instead. You need a C to pass, get the prerequisites. But I'm pretty sure he's I don't want to see this kid ever again in my class, so I'm just gonna pass him anyway. So I was like, whatever, bro, I'll take it. I'll take the W. File system class. That I think this is the most hardest class because we had a hard ass professor. He was very old school and teaching everything, and he was on us about plagiarism and cheating. So we had to be very careful who what resources we got online, and we added to our work. But that kind of made it stressful for me and more intimidating. But I had some friends in class that that was very smart, and then we got through it. And we had to do a big project where we had to create a file system and it stores data. And so I think that was the most challenging part of that class as well. um, but overall, like, I think those are the two classes that I can remember I struggled in. There was definitely more, but I just can't remember it because, like, yeah, it's my memory is kind of fuzzy. You know, I'm just like overwhelmed about, like, you know, everything I just did, like, throughout those years, man. Like, it was really tough. So finding my passion was like at the very end of my college courses. So I took a web development class, which I really enjoyed, and like it was so straightforward and easy compared to my other classes I took. Um, so like this class, I didn't have to deal with algorithms or, like, you know, linked list, arrays. Assuming that you know all this, if you're a computer science major, then you already know. So in this class, we had to learn three languages. So it was HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which is like the core fundamentals of front-end development. And so, like, you know, these were like the main three of like creating an interactive UI interface for websites. I really enjoy doing the HTML and CSS a lot because, you know, they're like the blueprint of like how websites are made. And you know, I just focus on those main two. You know, try to get to know it as much as I can. And, like, you know, JavaScript kind of came after that, where, you know, where things became interactive with the site. And so, like, you know, I kind of did boot camps afterwards just to expand my knowledge on it. And, you know, because I was really passionate about, you know, making websites and, like, hopefully, you know, pursuing a career out of it. And I think it was worth it. It was really worth it. You know, like, I'm still doing it, honestly. You know, I'm still creating websites just for fun. You know, just, you know, build up my portfolio and everything. And, like, you know, it's still a lot to learn about it. It's always like a learning experience. You know, it's always something to learn about it. You know, but, like, you know, I'm still like growing as a developer, and, like, you know, hopefully, like, I can be more proficient in what I do and everything. And, like, you know, I'm here to, like, you know, provide my services in any way I can, you know, on other platforms. But yeah, pursuing a computer science degree or going off to college, always be consistent, always persevere, and, like, you know, do not procrastinate. Always be on top of your classes, and always be in your A game as well, because it's going to save you in the long run. And also find internships as soon as possible, because it will save you in the long run of, like, you know, trying to find a job later. I went to the last minute, because that's what I did. That's, like, you know, another mistake I did, as I waited to the last minute to, like, you know, find internships and find a job, and then, you know, it's not fun. It's not a fun experience. But, like, you know, I'm about to wrap it up for this video. I hope you liked it. And I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.